God says, "These individuals oppress and harm God's people without any regard for their actions. They show no reverence for the Lord or seek his guidance." This verse highlights the disconnect between the wicked and the righteous, emphasizing the psalmist's desire for justice and righteousness to prevail. There they are in great terror, for God is with the generation of the righteous. This verse contrasts the fate of the wicked with that of the righteous. While evildoers may be filled with terror, the generation of the righteous finds solace and security in the presence of God. This verse underscores the protection and favor that God extends to those who walk in righteousness and seek after him. "You would shame the plans of the poor, but the Lord is his refuge." Despite the oppression and mistreatment faced by the poor and vulnerable, the Lord becomes their refuge. This verse suggests that God stands as a shield against the schemes of the wicked, and provides shelter and support for those who are marginalized or afflicted. 7-0 That salvation for Israel would come out of Zion. When the Lord restores the fortunes of his people, let Jacob rejoice. Let Israel be glad. The psalm concludes with a prayer for salvation and restoration for the people of Israel. It expresses the longing for God's intervention and the restoration of the fortunes of his people. The psalmist anticipates a future time when God's deliverance will bring rejoicing. Overall, Psalm 14 highlights the contrast between those who deny the existence of God and engage in wickedness, and those who seek after him and walk in righteousness. It underscores the fallen nature of humanity and the need for divine intervention. The psalmist expresses a longing for God's salvation and restoration, trusting in his justice and provision. Psalm 15 is the psalm attributed to David. It focuses on the qualities and behaviors of those who are worthy to dwell in the presence of God. Support our community and donate us through Super Thanks. Here is the text of Psalm 15 from the English Standard Version of the Bible, along with a brief explanation of its meaning. Psalm 15. O Lord, who shall sojourn in your tent? Who shall dwell on your holy hill? The song begins with a question posed to the Lord. Who is worthy to dwell in his presence, symbolized by his tent on the holy hill? The psalmist acknowledges the holiness and sanctity of God's dwelling place and seeks to understand the requirements for being admitted into his presence. He who walks blamelessly and does what is right and speaks truth in his heart. The psalmist outlines 3 fundamental characteristics of a person worthy to dwell in God's presence. Firstly, they walk blamelessly, meaning they live a life of integrity and righteousness. Secondly, they do what is right, consistently acting in accordance with God's commandments and moral standards. Thirdly, they speak truth in their hearts, meaning they are honest and sincere in their thoughts and motives. Support our community and donate us through Super Thanks. Type yes if you believe in God. God bless you. God says, "Who does not slander with his tongue, and does no evil to his neighbor, nor takes up a reproach against his friend." The psalmist highlights the importance of speech in relationships. A worthy person refrains from slandering or speaking ill of others with their tongue. They also refrain from causing harm or committing evil against their neighbors. Additionally, they do not engage in gossip or join in reproaching their friends. In whose eyes a vile person is despised, but who honors those who fear the Lord, who swears to his own hurt and does not change. The psalmist emphasizes the importance of discernment and honoring the fear of the Lord. They despise wickedness and honor those who reverence God. A worthy person keeps their oaths even to their own disadvantage and remains steadfast in their commitments. The worthy person has a righteous perspective, despising and rejecting wickedness. They honor and respect those who fear the Lord, recognizing and valuing their devotion to God. Furthermore, They are known for their faithfulness and integrity in keeping their promises, even if it requires personal sacrifice. Who does not put out his money at interest, and does not take a bribe against the innocent? He who does these things shall never be moved. The psalmist concludes by highlighting two specific ethical behaviors. A worthy person does not exploit others through excessive interest rates, but demonstrates fairness and compassion in their financial dealings. They also refuse to accept bribes to pervert justice or harm the innocent. The psalm ends with the declaration of the steadfastness and stability of the person who practices these virtues, indicating that they will never be shaken or moved. Psalm 15 provides a clear description of the qualities and behaviors that are pleasing to God and enable a person to dwell in His presence. It emphasizes the importance of integrity, righteousness, truthfulness, kindness, discernment, honoring God, and ethical conduct. The psalmist sets a high standard for those who desire to have a close relationship with God, reminding us of the qualities we should aspire to cultivate in our own lives. Support our community and donate us through Super Thanks. My dearest child, I, your Heavenly Father, long to have a deep connection with you. I want you to know that before this week comes to an end, your hands will be filled with unexpected abundance. Well, this blessing will not be a result of your own efforts, but a manifestation of my grace and love for you. I understand that last night was a challenging time for you. Your mind was burdened with worries about bills, health concerns, your children, and your future. But let me assure you, a magnificent overflow of financial blessings is on its way to you. These blessings will not only relieve you from the weight of debts and bills, but they will also bring immense joy and peace into your life. Believe in me and have faith, for I have decided that whoever watches this message till the end will experience miraculous transformations. Support our community and donate us through Super Thanks. Type yes if you believe in God. God bless you.